Welcome to another Down the Rabbit Hole video. This is my Linksys router. It's WRT150N, and I've had it for coming up to almost a decade now, and really love this router. It has served me well over the years. Unfortunately though, about a month ago, you'll probably notice here, it has started to just blink, and I can't get it to work anymore. I've tried resetting it, I've tried hard booting it, I've tried everything that everybody recommends. This thing is toast. Now, that's fine because I figured, well, I had a good decade of life out of this thing, and I was starting to notice that maybe for, I don't know, the last 6 months, sometimes connection on it was a bit flaky. So I just figured, you know what, it's had its time. It's time to set it out to pasture and get a newer router, even though I really love this thing. Great bandwidth, great speed, just too bad it eventually had to pack it in. So no problem, I thought. I'll check with a buddy of mine who's a network security guy. What are the latest and greatest wireless routers? Because mine needs to be replaced. And he gave me a couple of suggestions. So I went to a nearby store, Memory Express, and I'm really pimping these guys out because these guys were awesome and I want to give them their proper due credit, but that's for a later part in the story. So yeah, we go to the actual Memory Express that's in my town. That's the actual store there. So in we go, and we say, hey, we want to get a wireless router. The first one my friend recommended was not available. However, they did have the second one my friend recommended, and that's this, the Nighthawk R7000. Look at that beast. I mean, it's got 3 antennas. It's got lots of bells and whistles. Highly recommended. I checked online. Yeah, here you go. Packed it up and brought it home. And I set it up. Now, I don't have it to show you, and there's a reason for that. I set it all up, got everything configured, running like a charm, gave it the old Battlefront test, because I figure if any game is going to give me any grief, it's going to be Battlefront. Lots of data streaming back and forth. No problem at all. Terrific. So, then I decided to call it a night, lay down in bed like I have for years with that other router not too far away. And the strangest thing happened. Now, this is going to sound a little hippy-dippy, a little strange, a little weird. I don't have any good way to describe this, but basically, I was getting a sensation from that router, from this R7000. I could feel it, like almost, you know the feeling if you're lying on the beach and you turn different directions, but you know which direction the sun is because you can feel the sunshine on you? Imagine that, but not with any heat, just that scintillating pattern. I could get it from this router. I was like, oh, that's not good. And then throughout the night, the only way I've been able to describe this to people is I felt like ghosts were blowing on my skeleton all night. It was very weird. It was like, whoa, what is this? What's happening? I can't take this. Oh my God. So 2 a.m. I leapt out of bed and I just unplugged the thing. I thought, no, I can't deal with that. I cannot be in the same house as a router that's giving me these heebie-jeebies, weird feelings. So the following day, we packed it up because I thought, I can't live with this thing. I'm going to go back and change it for another Linksys at least. I mean, at least they had those. It's half the price, but you know what? I can't take this weird sensation. Now, on the way back to Memory Express, I was saying to my wife, how are we going to do this? How are we exactly going to say to these guys, yeah, I've got ghosts blowing on my skeleton all night. Can I take that back? So I thought, all right, well, how am I going to do this? What's a good way to put it? So I thought around different things and thought, hey, I know. I'll say, I think this might be defective because I'm getting a headache from it. Yeah, that's it. I'm getting a headache from the router. And we'll just see what happens with that. I mean, I was all prepared to like give them crap and never dirty their doors again and say, you people, you're taking my money. And I walked in. laid this thing out and delivered my line. I think this thing is defective because I'm getting a headache from it. What happened the other night? And the guy said, oh, you mean like a broken coil? Yeah, that's what it was. It was totally that thing you just said, a broken coil. Yep, totally what I think it was. But he did say, that's weird. You wouldn't feel it like a headache. You'd get a ringing sensation. But that's fine. Yeah, we'll take it back. Really? Oh, great. Now, I was saying, okay, I still need a router. Have you got a Linksys that I can get? And yes, lo and behold, they did. And they totally gave me back, what does they do? They returned the amount of money that I had charged for the R7000. And then I bought the Linksys and threw that in there. And I really want to give Memory Express, these guys, major props. They could have laughed me out of the store because what? You're getting a headache from this thing? That's not a good... It works. It's fully operational. And the other thing is that the router, when you first set it up, it's got like a code that you had to peel the sticker off, and that code is unique to that router. So I thought, that's like a security thing. I thought maybe you guys aren't going to just take it back because I've already used that code. But nope, they didn't even bat an eye. There you go. There's the warranty return desk. Totally take it back. So again, I really, before I finish the story, I have to say Memory Express, if you have any in your town, give these guys some business because that was really, really awesome for them to just take it back without any question. I was very, very pleased about that. Now the story's not over because then I got the other Linksys. And here is that Linksys that I got. It's AC 1200 Plus. It's a nice little machine. I mean, it's got only 2 antennae this time. Really good, powerful. You can even see inside there. It's got lots of venting. I was having a really good time with this one. I thought, okay, once again, give it the Battlefront test. It passed with flying colors. Interesting to note, both of these routers, the R7000 and this Linksys 1200, they weren't perfect. Occasionally, a game of Battlefront would lose connection. I mean, not much, but every once in a while, I do get a bit of lag. And YouTube videos, I thought, yeah, it's a lot better, but there were still 1 or 2 times I would occasionally lose some, there'd be a little bit of data packet dropping going on there, but it was quite acceptable. And then I thought, right, I'm going to lie down and go to sleep, happy that I was able to take my very, very scary router back to the company and get my money back. Excellent, let's go to sleep. Now, I didn't quite get the ghosts blowing on my skeleton sensation, but I definitely still was aware what room in the house this router was in. I could still feel it as I turned in my sleep. It's behind me now. Okay, it's off to my side now. I was aware of it, like, again, that sort of the sensation of lying in the sun. And I thought, this isn't good. And it's kind of worth noting, but I was actually not feeling very well from all of this stuff. Alright, now this is where the story takes a bit of a serious turn, and I normally like to keep my videos fairly lighthearted, especially that last little bit that I just showed you, but so following this, being able to, I tried sleeping with the Linksys on all night. I thought, okay, I'm not getting the ghosts blowing on me feeling, but at least I can sort of sleep with that sound. And I've slept with that other router on all the time. No problem at all. I'll deal with it. And for days, I felt quite ill. One part of it in my extremities, I kind of felt like I was sunburned on the inside. Hard way to describe it. I felt my pulse was a little bit erratic, and I was just very tired and very headachy, and I just thought, what have I done to myself? Have I got like radiation poisoning or something? I mean, no, because they use microwaves in routers, but what have I done to myself? Like, I really was worried for my health and stuff. I'm going to go to the doctor. Let me tell the whole story here first. So I looked up, what is it that people, have other people experienced this? Because I don't really know of any kind of conditions that people might have. Maybe I've got it, and why would I suddenly develop it out of the blue? There are some people who apparently have this sensitivity to the different frequencies that wireless routers give off. I did think, aha, wait a minute, the old Linksys WRT150N, it only broadcasts in 2.4 gigahertz. The new one, and the Nighthawk R7000, they broadcast in both 2.4 and 5 gigahertz. I thought, wait a minute, maybe it's just the 5 gigahertz range. It's higher, maybe it's impacting me better, or not better, but impacting me more. So I actually went into the settings and I turned that off. I left 2.4 on only. Haha, I thought. Got that sorted out. Yeah, no, I was still feeling ill for days afterwards. So I thought, okay, that's not going to do it. So what are some of the things that people do to get over this sickness? I mean, if it's radiation poisoning, which it's not, I mean, that's the extreme, but I'm Google searching. And my sister has a good joke. If you're Googling any kind of health condition, the joke is you've got like maybe 5 hops till somebody says it's cancer. So I was just like, okay, I know I'm not a medical expert and I'm just looking around, but something that somebody said is take lots of omega-3, like fish oil pills and stuff. So I've been downing those for a lot of time. And I thought to myself, okay, I might try installing a little kill switch. There's a thing from an electronics store. It's like a big long extension cord, but you've just got the prongs that go into the outlet and then 2 empty prongs on the top. You plug whatever you've got inside there, and this big long extension cord has an on-off switch. I'll use that on the router. So when we're not using it, when we're sleeping, I'll kill the internet. And that's actually been working. If I only have it on during the day, I feel fine. My health is restored. That weird burning sensation inside me has gone away. My heartbeat has returned to normal. Now, I don't know if that's the omega-3 pills or if it's this kill the internet at night. So I guess my question to you is, does anybody know what this thing is? Has anybody encountered this before? Is there, and it seems to be specifically to do with sleeping. I can work in the same room as the router. That's where my main computer is that I render all my videos and stuff. I sit there for like an hour at a time sometimes rendering videos, adding commentary, all that kind of stuff. No problem at all in the room with the router. But when I'm sleeping, does some resistance level in the body like dip down into sleep mode, and this microwave sensation might impact that? I don't really know. Please, if anybody knows or has a medical expert, maybe they could chime in, because it really worries me. And again, since doing the whole killing the internet at night, I've been feeling fine. So on the health side, that's good. But there is one final chapter to this whole story. So yeah, the Linksys was once again going to be a problem. And I just thought, okay, what am I going to do? I have to live in a wireless world, and there's Wi-Fi where I work. I mean, I'm surrounded with Wi-Fi all the time. So whatever this illness is, whatever this sick feeling is, I don't know what I'm going to do. But do I take back another router to these guys? They're gonna laugh me out of the store. And so I present to you my solution. Yeah, I got another Linksys WRT150N, and it's been going great. Somebody had it on eBay, complete in box, all the original packaging, the original documentation, etc. And yeah, so I've got the exact router that I've had for a decade before. So you'd think, okay, well, you're back to square one. I mean, not sure if that's the most efficient use of your money. And there's probably security experts who say you do not want to buy a used router off eBay. Are you crazy? It's been hacked. They're going to be stealing all your information. Yeah, whatever. For my health, I was going to take a chance on it. So you'd think, okay, happy ending. Sadly, no. Even with this one, I still do not feel very well leaving it on all night long. So I'm continuing with the kill switch. So my theory is that maybe with that first one, the Nighthawk R7000, maybe it was so powerful because it was a 3-prong, I guess, ready for use in an airport type, blasting, really, really powerful, very expensive router. maybe in having that on 24 hours, I blasted away some layer of defense that my body normally has, and now I'm building that back up. I mean, again, if anybody's a medical expert, please tell me, because this is hippy-dippy crazy stuff that I'm talking about already, and I don't really know. Plus, I really want to have something concrete to tell my doctor. I mean, right now, all I feel like is going in, telling him the story, and he'll probably give me a light bulb and say, okay, well, let's see if that lights up. Like, honestly, what do I do in a situation like this? However, with regards to my immediate problem of trying to get wireless internet working, this has been great. Ironically, the Linksys, the old one, this WRT150N, has actually had less data packet dropping than the other two routers, and this is an old one. Like, I've played a lot of Battlefront, I've watched a lot of YouTube, I've had this thing for weeks now. It doesn't, I mean, it's not perfect again. I have occasionally had a little bit of droppage, a little bit of lag in some of the games and with watching YouTube videos, but no worse, and certainly in some ways actually better than those other two routers. So maybe there's something to be said for, they just don't make them like this anymore. So, yeah. So there we go. There is essentially a tale of two routers. This one over here is my old one that's still blinking away and dead as a doornail. This is the new one, which is exactly the same model, working great, never had any problems, had it for weeks now. I do still get that illness, dizzy feeling, whatever you want to call it, but what can I say? It works. The proof is in the pudding. I'm very pleased with both of these, and I just thought I would tell my story. So I'm hoping if anybody has some medical expert suggestions for me with whatever the heck it is that I suffered, please let me know. But the one good thing I will say that came out of all this, definitely go to Memory Express. Those guys are fantastic. That is my tale of two routers. Until next time, we'll see you down the rabbit hole.